Hi everyone, and welcome to our Sprint 1 review demonstration for the SIT223 Professional Practice in IT Unit. My name is Güvenç, and I'm serving as the team leader for our Deakin University website design project.
Hello, my name is Jin Tang and I will be the UI designer.
I'm joined today by my team members who have been instrumental in our Sprint 1 successes. He has been our UI designer responsible for the visual design and user interface elements of our website. Now I will talk about project context. And over the past 3 weeks, from week 4 to week 6, we have been working collaboratively on sprint 1 of our agile development process. Our project focus on redesigning Deakin University's website to create a modern, user-friendly, and responsive platform that serves students, staff, and faculty members effectively. In our sprint 1 overview, during this sprint, we have successfully implemented key foundational features, including a branded header with university logo and essential content sections with navigation links. Our work has been coordinated through Trello project management and GitHub for the version control, demonstrating real-world agile development practices.
And now I will be talking about the introduction to Sprint 1 backlog. And the Sprint 1 backlog was a starting point for the teamwork. It includes setting up the GitHub repository, creating a branching plan, and adding the first feature, a header for the project. User story were also written to guide to work, each as marking the header clear and easy to see. And the user story point has a point, 1 to 3, 1 being the easiest, 2 being in the middle, and 3 being the hardest. And later, I also changed the color to make the design look better as well. And also those color orange represent my part of the UI designer and red as for the team leader. And the backlog also include learning how to use git command, heading merge, and using feedback from the UI designer. By breaking the work into smaller tasks, the Sprint 1 backlog helped the team work together and make steady progress step by step.
As a team leader, I will talk about my jobs on this task. And first of all, first, I did repo setup as a team leader. At this task, I forked Deacon unit page and add UI designer as a collaborator and add also front-end developer as a collaborator. And the second one, primary content development. At this task, I did create a unit content branch, add a content section header, write unit description paragraph about IT graduate skills, and add enrollment fee link to the Deacon website. And also I test content display and link functionally. At the third, I did hardware requirements. At this task, I add hardware requirement section header, write clear requirement description paragraph, and ensure proper HTML structure and formatting. After that, as a team leader, I did team coordination. At this coordination, I coordinate sprint planning activities and monitor team progress on assigned tasks and resolve any workflow conflicts or blockers. Also, I update Trello board status regularly. And as a last one, I did security repo protection. I configure secure GitHub repo settings. And after that, I implement proper authentication and access controls.
Now I'll be talking about my UI design project. And as you can see, these are my tasks and I'll read it out. And for this sprint, I began by cloning the project repository from the GitHub using the command git clone, and which created my own working copy of the project file. I tested the project by navigating into the folder, opening the index file, and confirming that the SIT223 webpage load correctly. To start working safely without affecting the main branch, I created a new branch called add header. As part of my UI designer role, I added the Deacon logo to the project, saving as logo.svg, and verify its status in Git. And then I staged the file using git add, embedded the logo, and I modified the main cast file to style the header for background and a background color and purple alignment. After checking the result in the browser, I review my changes with get status and get different before staging all update. Finally, I comment the changes with deception message, add new header and logo, and push my new branch to GitHub. And with GitHub original add header, the process ensure that UI update will track version control and share with the team. And now I will be talking about the overview of the story and identify the story and introduce the task extracted from each user story related to sprint one. For the first one, story point is 2. And all I did was, as a student visiting the website, I want the header background to be styled. Initially dark plain, but later I changed it to blue so that the header is appealing to more audience. And the story point for this is 2. And the second one is, as student visiting the website, I want the Deacon logo to add header so that it can be easily identified the university website. And this story point is just 2 as well. It's pretty easy to do. And the next one, as developer, I want the project repository to HTML and CSS file to follow safe coding practice so that no sensitive data or vulnerability is exposed to user. And this task is pointed as 2. And the next one, as a student visiting the website, I want the header to the web page so that the site was clear and structure layout task. And this is pointed as story point 1. It's easier than previous one. And the next one, as developer working on the design unit page project, I want to create new branch and need header and logo to Git so that the project remain its good status and while keeping change organized and tracked. This task require 3 story point since it's quite difficult. And the next one, as a UI designer, I want to change the header background color of the web page so that the header match the desired visual style and improve the look of the site. And this require only 1 story point. And the next one, as a UI designer, I want to merge the new header branch back into the main branch. So all the header related change style, background, logo, theme, and other are included. And this require 2 story point. Yeah, thank you.
And now I will talk about each task's user story about why we did and why I write this user stories as each task. And first one is repo setup. As a user story, my first story is this project. And as a project manager, I want repo collaboration setup so that team can work together. And the second one is security and repo protection. This is 3 story points. And my cybersecurity focused user story is like, as a project manager, I want to secure repos access controls so that our team's code is protected from unauthorized access and tampering. And the third one is team coordination. This is 4 story points. Our project management story is, as a project manager, I want to coordinate team workflow and sprint activities so that that project delivery stays on track. And the other one is primary content development. This is 5 story. This is 5 story points. And my content focus story is like, as a visitor, I want to read detailed unit content so that I understand what the courses covers and how to enroll. And the next one is hurdle requirements. This is 2 story points. Finally, my student-centered story. As a student, I want to understand harder requirements clearly so that I know what milestones and I must achieve to pass the unit. Now we will talk about our Trello board live. When we open our Trello board, as we can see, we got product backlog, to do, doing, and done. When we start our project, first we put each tasks to this to do part, and everyone put their parts after finishing, or when we start doing these parts, we put each task specifically to doing side. At the doing side, when we finish our tasks, everyone put their task to done side. And after that, as we can see, we all finished our work.
Now I'll be talking about the privacy, accessibility, security when planning this project. So for privacy, our project did not directly collect or store user data, but we consider privacy by ensuring no personal information was hard-coded into the repository. So no student ID, email, or secret in the code. And GitHub was used responsibility with only project file store. And for accessibility, we ensure the web content follow the basic accessibility guideline. For example, using HTML tag like H1, H2, and table for screen, and providing ultra text for the logo like beacon, maintaining good color contrast for the blue, and ensuring the text is structured with heading and for clarity. And for security, the repo only contains static HTML and CSS, which has minimal security risk. We avoided including script that include exposure to vulnerability. GitHub collaboration tools ensure secure version control to access permission and only add collaborator who push to the repo. Yep, thank you.
Now I will talk about introduction of project logistics. First of all, I will talk about our communication strategy. Our team uses MS Teams for daily communication. We maintain a group chat for quick updates and schedule regular check-ins every Wednesday during our class to track progress. And after that, for project management framework, in our project, we created a 4-column system in Trello. Product backlog, to do, doing, and done. We track our progress by moving tasks across these columns. Each team member has been assigned a task according to their role. So no one is overloaded and everyone contributes equally. And also for development tools, all team members have local GitHub setups, and we use VS Code for HTML and CSS development. We use the terminal for Git commands and perform browsers testing to verify changes before pushing them to the repo. And for the workflow process, sprint planning starts in Trello. Then we create feature branches from the main branch for development. After local testing and commits with descriptive messages, we push to GitHub and update the Trello studies when merging into a main branch. And also team coordination protocol, role-specific responsibilities are clearly defined, and regular sprint meetings are held for progress view. We conduct collaborative merge sessions for integration and continuously update the Trello board through to sprint cycle. And now we will talk challenges and solutions together. And in our project, what worked well? Using the branch systems was very beneficial because everyone was able to work on their own feature, and we made progress without breaking each other's code. So the Trello board was also very effective for tracking the stage of each task. Our daily communication through MS Teams went smoothly, and everyone kept other information about what they were working on.
Now I'll talk about challenges we face. Despite reaching out to one of our group member who was the front-end developer, we did not receive any response, and some part of the project was left incomplete because we did not complete the task assigned to them. And to compensate for this, the remaining team member had to take an extra workload. Additionally, since everyone had assignment and tasks to complete for other course, we sometimes face difficulty in scheduling availability and struggle to find suitable meeting time.
And our recommendations for other teams is practice Git comments beforehand because learning them in the middle of the project can be stressful. When assigning story points, try to refer to past experiences and leave some buffer. Regularly update the trailer cards because if you forget, it becomes harder to track which stage the task are in. And also, most importantly, clearly define everyone's role as this makes collaboration much easier.
Now I'll talk about the improvement for the next sprint. We will focus on establishing better coordination with each other, and despite our setback, we will design a backlog at the start of the project to ensure our work is secure. This way, we can more easily overcome challenges we may face in the future.
And that's it. Thank you for
Thank you for
listening us.